A very good morning to one and all. So, the next topic of your second unit is black box testing. So, we already discussed the first unit topics in the previous session. So, in this session, we are going to discuss the topic is black box testing. Okay, so what is black box testing means? So we have two types of testing in your second unit. One is black box testing and another one is white box testing. So black box testing means it is a also we name it as a functional testing. White box testing means we also name it as a structural testing. Okay, so these are the two types of testing in your second unit, but in this class we are discussing the black box testing. Okay, so first, what is black box testing means? The tester do not have any information about the internal working of the software system. That is, the tester do not have any idea about the internal process of software system. So that is the meaning of black box testing. It's only focus on the behavior of the software, and also we also it is the end user perspectives, and it only considering the software behavior and functionality, not the internal process. Suppose you have to give the input to the black box testing means it's used to producing the output, but it does not know the internal process of the techniques. So that is the main role of black box testing. So in that black box testing we have a lot of types. So these are the 9 types used in the black box testing. We see one by one, and first one is equivalence class partitioning. What is equivalence class partitioning means? So if you are giving your input to the classes means it's used to divide your input into a equal parts. By doing that, it's used to reducing your time requirement for testing. Okay, so that's the purpose. We have to divide our input into a equal part. So in how we divide the input into a equal parts means by using some conditions. That is, you have to set some condition whether this cases it goes means it is a valid one, it is a invalid one. So like that you have to set a condition. By using these condition we cover a large domain of input output with a smaller subset. Okay, yeah. Let's see one simple example of equivalent class partitioning. So this is a simple example. Here I have to give a input condition, various input condition. We focus on first one is range of value. Here I have to give the range. Already I gave the range is 1 to 499. Okay, yeah. And what is my condition? Whether I have give the value from 1 to 499, that is in between the 1 to 499 means my condition is valid. If I give less than 1 or greater than 499 means it is a invalid one. So like this we have to check the condition. By using these condition we have to cover all the large domain of input and output with a smaller subset. So this is your first type of black box testing. And second type is boundary value analysis. Second one is boundary value analysis. In the name itself we will get some little bit idea about the analysis. What is boundary value analysis? So you have one boundary, that is you already set one boundary. So in that boundary what the ranges should be go from this stage to the that stage. So in that we name it as a, so if you are in a starting means we have a minimum, just above the minimum, just below the minimum, nominal value, that is neutral value, just below the maximum, just above the maximum. So like that you have to set the boundary value input conditions. Okay, let's see one simple example. When you are seeing the example you will get a clear idea about the particular topic. Okay, so this is one simple example. I want to order some pizza. Okay, yeah. So in that I have to, so before itself I have to set the conditions of the behavior of ordering the pizza. So what is my condition means? So your pizza value is 1 to 10 is considered as a value. You will get a message as successful. So while the value is above 11 or to any 3-digit values or any 2-digit values, that is above 10 means what is your condition? it is a invalid. So the message should be shows in a invalid or error message will appear. Okay, this is the home page of the ordering the pizza. If I give the value between 1 to 10 means it is accept. So otherwise I will give the above 10 means it will not accept. So this is the range of boundary value analysis. Okay, yeah. So like this I have to specify whether my condition is valid or invalid. First one is you have to dividing the equal partitioning, and next one is you have to dividing the values in a boundary cases. And third step is stage based testing. So the process of every type is same only, but the representing is different. First is we have to dividing the equal part, and second is you have to representing the value in a boundary cases, and third is you have to representing in a tabular column format. That is a state based testing. Okay, yeah. So state based testing means it is also one type of black box testing. So in this process we have to changes made in the input condition. So if your changes made in the input condition that causes the changes in the output mode. Okay, yeah. How to changes made in input condition means by using the state transaction testing. So these are the some points when we use the state transaction testing. That is a sequence of event that occur and associate the condition that apply to those event. We have to handling the proper events depends on your conditions, and we have to use the real time system with the various state and transaction involved. So these are the some state transist diagram and tabular column. So here we consisting the 6 nodes from 1 to 6. So every node is visiting to one. Okay, from the starting to ending destination. Here see this tabular column. So here totally 6 node. The first node is visited the 2 by using the input or plus, minus and digit. Am I right? You see the diagram. So the first node should visit the second node. How they visit? By using the 3 inputs. One is plus and minus and digit. Similarly, the second node visit the second node itself, and it visit the third node, and it visit the sixth node. Okay, so like this you have to partitioning the input into the subparts. Okay, yeah. By using this you have to check the condition whether it is in a valid or invalid. Okay, yeah. So the first case you have to divide the partition, second case you have to analyzing the boundary value, and third case you have to put the tabular column. In that you have to check the state whether this node is applicable to this cases or not. Okay, yeah. So these are the first 3 types used in the black box testing. So remaining types we see on the next class. Thank you, Dama.